Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. For today's video, I'm going to go ahead and be basically kind of doing like a structured manicure and to kind of try to maintain the length on my nails. I don't know why, I feel like I should just do it. My nails grow pretty long pretty quick. This one, they often just tend to kind of like chip at the ends here, as you can see. So that's what we're going to go ahead and be doing. So I already went ahead and cut my cuticles and pushed them back, I think a few days ago. So if you at home DIY like myself, I recommend you do that right after the shower. It's just going to be able to push them back very nicely. You're able to just trim them off. I just go in with the pusher in this. And these scissors, these are the 𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 1355 model. I've got these off of Nail Mart USA. I believe they're like $25.99. They're very thin and work really good. I've had them for quite some years now. So that was a few days ago. So I'm gonna just redo it again. Yes, can you see it's much more easier now. You're able to just easily just get rid of that excess dry cuticle. I'll lower my exposure so you guys are able to see better. Okay. Look at that, it's just gonna come right off. Let's go on to the next one now. I feel like I have way too much light going on. I think this is better. Just push that back. This cuticle tool, I actually got it from an 𝚖𝚎𝚗𝚘𝚗𝚍 kit, and it's my favorite cuticle pusher. I have a few other ones. I have like a bunch of them actually, but they don't do as good of a job. So I have this one I got off of a nail supply store, and this one, and then there's a cheap kind that usually comes in all of these kits that look like this. These I feel like do not work. Let me try it out. No, you see, it just doesn't do it for me. There's nothing, literally. It just doesn't work. Then we have this one here. I changed my exposure back. Then we have this one. This one is kind of like a little bit more flat. You can see the difference. And then in the middle here. This one actually doesn't work too bad. It does do the job. But these little cheap ones that come in the kit, these are no good. So I do recommend to get a good one. Again, this is my favorite kind. If you can find one very similar like this one, get it. It's pretty skinny. I'm going to show you guys a comparison later to the rest. And this is the one I got off the nail supply store. This one works. I believe it was like $8. Not too bad. But again, I'm just gonna incline more to this one here. Here's a different ones. I'm gonna just place them. So here's all the cuticle pushers that I have. Again, the first one is my favorite, the one I recommend. And then the ends are kind of pretty much the same, besides this one. Look how good it works. do it very gently. So here's how my nails look after I went ahead and pushed them back. I'm going to go ahead and quickly just remove all of that. And here's how that looks. Next, I'm going to be going in with this, I believe it's called a football bit. It's super tiny, I'm not even sure of the grit, to be honest. And we're just going to go ahead and place this in my efile. And I'm using this Melody Susie one. Really recommend it, super quiet. And we're going to go ahead and turn it to 6,000 RPMs. And at forward. I'm also going to go ahead and turn on my nail dust collector now. And we're going to have it at the lowest setting. We're going to start by dividing the nail in half. Then you're going to go ahead and work from the center outward, just like so. And you want to place your bit a little bit like this. I'm going to turn it to reverse. And now again from the center outward. With a dusting brush, dust away any excess so you're able to see it clearly. I'm using my thumb to go ahead and pull the skin back. Now I'm still at reverse at 6 RPMs, and here we have this kind of skin that's really just dry and stuck there. So I'm just going to go ahead and now I'm using my bit only right about there, right here at the skin. We're not using it at the nail plate at all. I'm just gonna push that back using my thumb. Alright, so here's how it looks. We're just going to go ahead and remove any dust. Here's how that looks. Scrub away any dust that's just stuck there. Look at the difference. And we're just going to continue doing that to each and every other nail. So here's how all of my nails now look. We're going to go in and just push them back once more. Again, I already did trim most of the cuticle. I believe it was like a week ago. So that is why I don't have much. If you're doing it at home, I recommend you do it every 2 weeks, so you don't have a lot of work to look. Just look how pretty this looks. We're just gonna remove any more dust. Now using this brush here, just go ahead and spray it on the nails. Let's just turn off our dust collector. Go ahead and just scrub away any dust. And here's how that looks, super pretty. I'm going to trim some excess like this one here, a little bit here. This one is pretty clean. And the scissors that I use are these 𝚤𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 You guys can get these off of Nail Mart USA. They do have them in stock currently, and they often do get out of stock of these. So I do recommend you go quickly and get them. Just lift it up. Here, I don't think I need to trim any. Here, it's a tiny bit. You can kind of notice a difference like this. Here, I don't think I need to do anything either. So yeah, it's just grabbing your scissors. Nippers, you can use nippers. I personally do not like them at all. I'm just using the pointy hand to kind of lift it up, just because I did forget to do it before cleansing the nails. Very tiny, not much of an amount. Look how beautiful and clean that looks. Very nice. Same thing here. We don't need it too much. You guys can see it'll lift on its own. That's basically it. Very simple. Alright, so next I'm going to go in and just remove all the shine from my natural nails. Go ahead and remove any more dust. Make sure you scrub very well. So for my prep, I am going to go ahead and try out my cards. I usually would use model ones, no problem at all with them. But they did send me some products, so I do also want to try them out. We have their nail primer, their nail dehydrator, and their extra strong base coat, which I really am excited to use. Start off by going in and just applying one thin coat of dehydrator. We're just going to scrub it in, let that air dry, and then go ahead and just apply a second. I'm going to do one by one just because on some, I feel like on this one I'm going to do polygel. It just depends. I want to try out different techniques. Okay, next we're going to grab our primer. And again, you just want to gently scrub it into the nail. It has a weird smell to me, to be honest. It's not too bad though, but it does have a smell. For the tip, I always recommend to do this, especially if you're doing gel polish on your natural nails. That's gonna help retention so much. Let's grab the extra strong base coat. For my polygel sets, I usually would use a base coat from them, and it really works really good. So I wanted to try out this one. I feel like the primer's not dried yet, so let's just wait at least 30 more seconds. I'm just gonna go in and apply one very thin layer. The thinner the better. You want to cap your free edge. Then go ahead and then cure for 60 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and be using uniforms. Remove this. You don't need it right now. We just want to measure your sidewall. Grab your scissors and we're just going to do little, I call them cat ears. Grab this little back end and you're just going to go ahead and place it back here for more strength.
Mama.
Juice.
Huh?
Juice?
Juice?
No.
Mama, wait. Mama is over slime.
Mama hizo slime?
We get over slime. Mama hizo.
Oh, good job, Dile. Close my door. Right, so I'm just going to quickly close it. Mine now closed down, so I need to kind of just fix that shape here. So here's how the nail now looks. Now we're going to go in with builder gel. This is by Rosalind. I do wish I had a potted kind of builder gel or hard gel because I prefer working with it like that. I do not really like it in a bottle. But we're just going to grab a small amount first. And we're just going to add a slip layer first. I'm not too worried about making the shape correctly because I do plan to go in and file it. Just one tiny thin slip layer. Right, now that we have our slip layer down, I'm going to go in and I'm just going to apply a little bit more around here because I do want to build this part of the nail here just a bit. It kind of chipped. Next I'm going to go in. And next I'm just going to go in from side to side. I'm wobbling it, and just going in and just wobbling the brush in place. And we're just going to go from side to side. Here's how it looks. So since my nail goes down, we're trying to add a little bit more product here at the free edge. This is exactly what I wanted. I was having trouble for it to kind of just stay there. And then I'm just going to add one here for the apex. And I'll grab a liner brush. I'm going to use this one Stony liner brush. It's very thin. And you want to make sure that you do not apply to the sidewalls. It is going to go there by itself. Go ahead and just flip your hand for at least 10 seconds down. So you can just get that nice apex. And then I'm going to go in and do a full cure of 90 seconds, 60 seconds. Okay, so I finished curing. Now I'm going to go in for another 60 seconds, so in total 120 seconds. Alright, so here's how the nail looks. We're just going to remove the form now. And this is pretty not the best, you know. So here's how the nail turned out. Again, that's exactly what we needed here at the end. Alright, so for the natural nail color that I did on here, I used polygel. I forgot to mention that I already did this now. And I mixed a little bit of this into the gel. My lighting is pretty off, but it's basically like a yellowish tan kind of color. We're just gonna add a tiny dot, like very tiny. And we're just gonna apply that there. And that's gonna give the illusion of our natural nail. Just paint that on. Here at the bottom we had some seepage. I just realized that. That's fine. That is fine. Just like so, and then we're just gonna cure that, and then we're gonna do another layer of the builder gel. Let's grab our builder gel. And again, we do want to keep applying a lot more here just because we are going to kind of just we're going to fix the structure of the nail. Slip layer first. We have lint. I have a lot of lint there. I just realized my sweater. Alright, so now we're just going to grab in. We don't need too much. And we're just going to go from side to side again. This time I'm not sorting too much at the cuticle area. We want to have a lot of it here. Basically 90 degree for at least 10-20 seconds. I mean at least 10 seconds, and then do a full cure. That tacky layer, and then we're just gonna go in and just file that shape. Alright, so I'm going in with my dehydrator first. I'm gonna apply one coat. Then let's go in with the second one. Now let's grab our primer. Scrub that in. And again, cap the free edge. We're just doing that second coat now. feel like polygel is so much easier for me and quicker. Let that dry, and then we're just going to go in with the extra base coat. Gonna apply some at the free edge first. And then one very thin coat on the natural. Then I'm going to go in and do a full cure of 60 seconds. Alright, so I'm going to be using these dual forms now. I'm out of the other ones. Again, you want to just first measure. These are kind of hard to see on camera, but we're going to work with that. Little cat ears. Pretty simple. So I'm going to be going with my SXC Polygel. It's one of my favorite brands, but I noticed that their polygel consistency varies per polygel kit, so they're not all the same. This one is my favorite from this kit in particular because it's very firm. We're just going to apply a little bit to first fix the free edge. And here I have 91% isopropyl alcohol. Only applying this at the free edge. Okay. Pat that down. And then do a full cure for 60 seconds. Right, so here's how the nail looks now. We can just remove this. Alright, next I'm going to go in with just a little bit of this color here. Just there and there. Okay. I'm going to grab a little bit of this product just to kind of make it a little bit jelly. We don't want it to be too strong. This brush is super stiff. I don't even know if I ever used to have like a bunch of brushes. Let's clean this up. It's gonna bother me. looks pretty natural, to be honest. And yeah, just go ahead and do a full cure, and then we're just gonna go in and apply another thin layer of polygel. Right now, just grabbing a little bit. We don't need too much. Literally very small amount. And I'm just gonna go in and just, it's not so nice. Just gonna pat that down. Basically, we're just gonna go in and cure, and then a little bit of some hand filing here at the free edge and the side walls, of course. I'm gonna go in and just remove that tacky layer. We don't need that anymore. And now just follow the free edge. Pretty simple to do. And here we're just gonna correct the structure. I'm gonna lift that up. Look how beautiful that looks. I'm not doing like a big apex just because I want these to kind of look very natural. And I also plan to just basically have an overlay on the nail, but not too noticeable, to the point where I can just work on the nail. What I plan to do is basically have my nails down, like my natural nails, just for show. You know, they look like my natural nails and it looks like I'm painting them or doing a polygel set on them, but I already have a set on. I'm just adding another one, but I want them to be thin enough so it's not too noticeable and I'm still able to apply another extension on, if that makes sense. It's just for content creating, stuff like that. We do need to fix our C curve here. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing in these nails for. Of course, it does also help protect your nails again. If you want to do like polish on them, this is also great for that. Of course, I would just recommend add a little bit more of a thick layer right about here. And that's basically it, to be honest. I'm not doing much of a difference. This one I did do like a full apex and everything. Yes, it's pretty thick. But I think I'm still going to file it a little bit more here. I still need to file out right about here. So I'm going to probably do that later. But you guys can see the difference between the two. These other two, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I think this one builder gel, since I don't have to do much building at the free edge. This one, of course, it chipped here. So I do plan to just rebuild that with some polygel. But yeah, that's basically very easy to do. And I've also fixed this part here. Then once you're done with that, we're going to grab our hand file and we're just going to go in and file it inward. Just like those. Just like so. I forgot to turn on my nail dust collector. And that's fine. Okay, let's just now perfect our free edge. here's how that looks. And now I am going to go ahead and turn on my Douglas collector. And I'm using this natural bit. And we're just going to clean up the free edge. I think somebody was calling you.
Oh my god.
Oh. So here's how that looks. I'm just gonna go in now with the 100 side. And we're just gonna bob the nail. And I'm not going to top coat the nails. I'm going to leave them matted out. Again, to give them that natural look. Like if I don't have any nail enhancement on. So here's how the nails turned out. Again, I am not going to go in and apply a glossy or matte top coat. I'm just going to go ahead and leave them out like that. I went in with a 240 grit buffer, and that's basically, I'm just now applying some cuticle oil to the rest of my nails, cuticles, and that's basically it. You can go ahead and also choose to polish them if you would like, but again, I want to just try to maintain that look of my natural nails, so I can just go in and just paint them as I go. And probably do a peel off base coat, and then, you know, so I can just keep on going and going to maintain my natural nail length. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to let me know any questions or concerns you might have. I also do offer a one-on-one polygel class if you guys are interested in that. If you need more specific help, we can just go ahead and do a Zoom call, and I can actually just demonstrate and just go over and guide you on how to apply it. But yeah, there's little to no lifting as well. I've had these on for at least a week now, and I will show you guys later on and how it looks in another video. We are going to go ahead and polish these again just for content. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Goodbye, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.